With the 21st pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Derek Harmon, defensive tackle, Oregon.
And the reaction from the crowd as the Steelers go and take a duck for right there in the middle of their defensive line.
I had a chance to go see him live, and he's impressive. He's on the other side of the line of scrimmage constantly. You see his quickness. He was at Michigan State, transferred to Oregon. He identified Oregon as not only the school, but the scheme that he wanted to play in because they would let him get up the field and attack. And that's what he did for Oregon all year long. He was just a load to block, disruptive against the run as well as against the pass. And line of scrimmage, Pittsburgh Steelers, something feels kind of right about that.
With the 22nd pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Chargers select Omarion Hampton, running back, North Carolina.
All right, so the Tar Heel is going to be putting on the powder blue.
Yeah, he was my top available offensive player left. And Omarion Hampton, look, he reminded me of Jonathan Taylor. You see this big back get out in the open field, and he can absolutely go. You see the size. He is a big, physical, punishing runner. A lot of times you have to sacrifice with that. You'll get somebody who's maybe a little bit tight, someone who lacks the home run speed. He's got some wiggle to go along with all that strength and power as you just watch him run through contact down after down. He was involved and productive in the pass game. They've got two backs now with him and Najee Harris that can catch the ball. He's just got a lot more top speed than Najee Harris does. But Jim Harbaugh is always going to want to pound the rock, guys, and now he's got a stable of backs, and they are big, punishing runners.
With the 23rd pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the 13-time world champion Green Bay Packers, for the first time since 2002, draft a wide receiver.
Listen to this crowd.
Oh, baby.
Matthew Golden, wide receiver of Texas.
And he's here. And he's here.
I'll tell you what, timing is everything. You wait till the draft is in Green Bay. You go get a man for the green and gold named Golden. You can't script this any better. Everybody in this entire crowd wanted a wide receiver, Rich, and they came through for him.
Listen to this crowd. Talk about giving the people what they want. Let's bring a draft to Green Bay. Let's hold it in the parking lot. Let's have 125,000 people. Let's chant "Go Pack Go" and have the first wide receiver taken with a first-round pick since 2002. And let's have the kid be here in Green Bay, and let's have the word gold in his last name.
It's unbelievable.
That is what we call checking every box.
DJ, I think you were the one coming up with it, writing it to me. This is now Matthew Green and Golden.
It's unbelievable. And by the way, this is also the greatest example of peer pressure that I've ever seen in my entire life. This will be in textbooks.
But remember, the fans own the team.
Green Bay on three.
Take a second.
Let me
He's
get a
at the
Green Bay on
podium.
3. 1, 2, 3.
That's first.
He doesn't know the Go Pack Go yet. he went 1, 2, 3 Green Bay.
He hasn't gotten the handbook yet.
Matthew, this crowd just welcomed you with a cheer and a hug. You got the G on your chest. Was this destiny for you tonight, Matthew Golden wearing the green and gold?
Yeah, it was all a part of the plan, man. God made me wait this long, and it was for a reason, man. I can't thank him enough.
You get to make a lot of decisions now about your life, but one of which it sounds like you want to do something really special for your family. What is that now that you get to play in the NFL?
Man, I want to get back to my grandma. You know, we lost our property a couple years ago, and, you know, I just want to get back to my family, man. And, you know, they did so much for me, and they put me in this position, so all I can do is get back to them.
They love you for that, and you got a whole lot of new family here tonight.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
With the 24th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select Donovan Jackson, guard, Ohio State.
All right, so Donovan Jackson is going to Minnesota.
The Houston Texans have traded the 25th pick to the New York Giants. With the 25th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Jackson Dart, quarterback, Mississippi.
So it is the Ole Miss quarterback, Jackson Dart. He is a first-round selection. He is going to the division with Dak and Jalen Hurts and Jaden Daniels. He is going to be a guy who has every shot in the world to be the quarterback of the Giants. One would think if not this year, then certainly in future years. What a moment for this kid sitting in Utah right now, going to Broadway to be the Giants quarterback at some point.
Yeah, this young quarterback, Ole Miss, is going to have fun throwing to Malik Neighbors at LSU. The SEC rival, is going to get along quite well there as they grow up together. This is someone who got better every year. You see the comparison there with Jalen Hurts, and that's what that's about. You're buying into someone who just continues to improve. You look at what he does with these kind of up and down throws, over linebackers, under safeties. That shows you the touch, the ability to escape rushers, get away, and make plays down the field. You see a deep ball here, right on the money. Had a nice pairing of wide receivers to throw the ball to there at Ole Miss. The pocket movement, you see him climb up in the pocket versus pressure, and he was effective as a runner, no doubt.
It's a division they think they can still go get someone, even though Tampa's won it 4 straight years. They haven't run away with the division. Atlanta feels like they can go do it.
Los Angeles Rams have traded the 26th pick to the Atlanta Falcons. With the 26th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select James Pierce Jr., defensive end, Tennessee.
So the team that needed pass rush has now absolutely checked the boxes this evening.
We begged him for years, just take a pass rusher in the first round. They never did it. Now they decided to double up.
With the 27th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Malachi Starks, defensive back, Georgia.
And so it has been written, and so it has now been done. Malachi Starks is coming out of the green room. That leaves only 4 prospects still in there. And he is the one that was just chatting with the Ravens. Daniel, take it away.
Yeah, this is someone who can play in the nickel, can play as the high safety. I think with the Ravens, that's where he's going to be. He's going to be that on top of the Christmas tree safety there. Someone who is very smooth, fluid. You talk to the folks at Georgia, they talk about the leadership he provided. He has got big time character, excellent communicator, and excellent leader. Here he is down the field, locating the ball in the deep half, showing you those ball skills. This was in an early game here, first game right out the chute. How about this play? Watch him go up and get it.
That was the season opener.
That was it. And so you wanted to see a few more plays on the ball. He didn't get those opportunities the rest of the year, but watch him tackle, watch him fill the alley, close, and get guys on the ground. You can blitz him, which you know Baltimore is going to cut everybody loose in that defense, Joel.
What I love is he is such a smart player. Day one, he started for Kirby Smart.
I just got my first hug of the night from one of the draft prospects. You just hugged Roger Goodell for the longest time. What was the meaning behind such a long embrace with him?
It's been a long week, and just kind of be able to meet him throughout the week and just kind of watch him as a kid since I was a kid and be up here with him. And, I've been waiting for a long time in that room back there, and I'm ready to go to work.
You got some time with your family while you waited. What has your family done for you to get you to this moment?
Man, I couldn't thank them enough. All the sacrifices that they made for me. My mom, my dad, I told him I wouldn't cry. My sister, I know she at home watching this, my fiance back there. My agency, man, they just bet on me, and I bet on myself, and I'm ready to get to work.
And now you're a Baltimore Raven.
I'm ready.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
With the 28th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Tyleik Williams, defensive tackle, Ohio State.
Well, they stay in the Big Ten there and go Tyleik Williams. A little bit earlier than I thought he would go. I thought he would be more in the second round range, but they know what they like, and this is someone who is strong and powerful, plays with a lot of upper torque. You see him press out blocks. He can hold that point of attack really, really easily. Just a big, strong, powerful guy at 334 pounds. He's going to free up everybody else to rush on third down because of what he does on first and second down against the run. Just can eat up a lot of space. You see these little glimpses of his ability to get on the other side and be a disruptor. As a pass rusher, it's more pure power than anything else. But to me, he's going to give you pass rush opportunities, Joel, on third down by him stopping the run early in the down.
With the 29th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders select Josh Conerly Jr.
Here we go.
Tackle, Oregon.
How about that? They doubled up on tackles. You get a player as special as Jaden Daniels, Adam Peters is going to do his darndest to make sure that he's protected. Laramie Tunsil is going to play the left tackle. Josh Conerly is going to slide right in as the right tackle. And then Brandon Coleman's going to be a nice swing tackle for him, so they even have some depth there.
With the 30th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Buffalo Bills select Maxwell Harrison. Let's go!
And there is the aforementioned Mad Max, Maxwell Harrison of Kentucky. He's in the green room. We're going to see him shortly. Meanwhile, before you guys jump into this young man and what he can bring to Western New York, the two Super Bowl teams, Brett Veach, formerly of Philadelphia, and Howie Roseman, currently of Philadelphia, just made a deal. The Eagles flipped a 5th round selection to Kansas City to move out one slot. They're on the clock. So that means Kansas City is the final trade partner for anybody who wants to hop into the first round and choose somebody. That is now how you see Maxwell Harrison tapping the Bills logo in the long walk between the green room and the stage. You've got the floor on the Kentucky Wildcat.
Well, first of all, this is a defense that was 29th in third down defense last year. Maxwell Harrison's going to help that number jump way up.
The key third down of the season got him on that mesh play in the playoffs with Mahomes.
No question. And he's someone who, to your point, Charles, is a man corner. We've seen him do it. He can line up. He can take away guys who can run with his speed. And he's feisty for his size. So I'm looking forward to seeing him match up with the different types of wideouts you see within that division. Think about all the different guys you go up against. But his 4.2 speed is legit. If he had the year, if he came out after last year's, the year that he had then, he ain't getting here to this point in time.
If you remember last year,
had the shoulder injury and was out.
Bills fans were a little bit sideways when they heard that they traded with the Chiefs.
Yep.
And allowed the Chiefs to get Xavier Worthy, the fastest guy in the history of the Combine. The Bills just drafted this year's fastest guy at the Combine, who I would imagine would be marking Xavier Worthy in future games against the Chiefs.
It will be a great race as you watch him here. The burst, look at how fast and explosive he is. He can put it on cruise control on the way to the end zone. He gets himself in a bad position, not a problem. I can recover. That's Bond he's going up against, who we know he can really run. That was no issue.
Bond ran sub 4.4.
To recover there. The big year in 23 we referenced. If he had that year this year, we're talking about somebody who's a top 10, top 15 pick, and he's tough as a blitzer. The tackling wasn't as good this year. That was the result of the shoulder. I'm not worried about that.
Well, you have hugged every single prospect that has been called before you tonight. Now it is your moment. How does it feel to trade Kentucky Blue in for Buffalo Blue?
Man, I can't believe this going on right now. I'm so thankful. I'm so blessed, man. I'm so happy to hear my name called. It's truly a dream come true. I give all thanks to God.
And your family, you love them so much. You are wearing them with your heart and soul tonight. Show us your jacket.
Everywhere. They with me everywhere I go. I love my family, man. My biggest support system.
Congratulations, and Western New York's gonna love you.
Let's get to work, Buffalo!
Congratulations to Maxwell.
The Kansas City Chiefs have traded the 31st pick to the Philadelphia Eagles. With the 31st pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Jihad Campbell, linebacker, Alabama.
And so congrats to him. A long night in the green room ends with him being, in Philly green. And, I mean, the guy who's 12th on your draft board has just been selected by the defending Super Bowl champs 31st overall.
He can play off the ball. He can play on the ball.
And remember, Nakobe Dean is going to be recovering from knee surgery that would happen in the playoffs.
This guy is
going to take a little longer.
Good player,
Him
guys.
and Zach Bond together. Talk about some length. And guys who can both rush if you want them to.
Vic Fangio somewhere rubbing his hands together gleefully.
He's like, all right.
You guys remember last year I said Bond inside. That works. This guy's an all-pro.
Wow. All right, Daniel, tell the Eagles what they've won.
Well, Edgerrin Cooper, if you saw what he did last year with these Green Bay Packers, with that speed and range that he had, as well as someone, if you want him to, can rush the quarterback. Jahad Campbell was an edge rusher in high school who moved off the ball because they had 2 first-round edge rushers off the edge, and Turner and Campbell. They just had to get him on the field. But this guy, when he hits the go button, he can fly. You see it here on a little delayed blitz. Here he is coming off of the edge. Now, look, he's going to need to add some more polish as a rusher, but with his athleticism, speed, and his ability to bend, I think there's tremendous upside with him there, and again, has that high school background. So
I didn't even have to ask the question. You're already saying it's a surreal moment.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, nothing will be possible, without the Most High, you feel what I'm saying, and my family and my friends, and, just everybody supporting me, and just paving the way for me and mentoring me and guiding me, throughout my whole journey. So shout out to everybody back at home, man. I'm coming back home. Philly, y'all know what's up. We got to turn up. We got to get lit. We got to win another freaking Super Bowl next year, man. It's on.
Never give up the microphone unless you're giving it to a draft pick that's going to a Super Bowl champion. What was it like to receive that phone call from a general manager that constructs a championship roster?
Man, it was a surreal feeling, just getting that call and just being here and, just having that opportunity and, maximizing my opportunities when I was younger and, just leading it to this point. So I'm just extremely grateful and I'm honored.
And you have a future in television when you're done playing. Congratulations.
You're damn right.
Sign him up, a kid from Camden County in New Jersey.
With the 32nd pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select Josh Simmons, tackle, Ohio State.
There you go, Josh Simmons from the Ohio State. So night 1 is in the books. It started with Cam Ward and then Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter after him. Will Campbell of the New England Patriots, Ashton Jeanty wound up going to the Raiders. A big night for 32 young men and their families.